Hello, welcome back to another episode of ZEDCRAFT Season 2 with me, Bugmancy X. I am your host, and I am here to entertain you and take you through all of the adventures of me doing my things on the server. Sort of. Well, do you recognize where I am? Yes, I'm down in that old triple spawner community farm thing, which nobody really uses anymore because we had much better sources of XP on the server, but at the moment it's still a skelly farm, so it does produce bones, and it can be useful if the other XP grinders are busy or if you just want to come down and quickly get some stuff. But in this room there is one thing which has been neglected. Actually, there are a few things that have been neglected, truth be told, including the storage, which we might deal with at some point. But it's this thing. This nasty room full of poisonous friends. Down the bottom here is a makeshift killing zone, which has had numerous patchwork upgrades and all sorts of things. I want to have a go at making this a little bit easier to use, a little bit more safer, and just a quick way of being able to get string and potentially spider eyes. Oh, they're all gone. In case you just need to get some really quickly, because at the moment this is the closest source of string on the server. I'm sure there are and will be better XP farms and triple and quadruple and septuple. Is that a word? Does that work? Farms in the future, but this one I would like to finish it off. Don't want to leave things so unfinished. And we also need to replace, was it Gary? I don't know. Whatever his name was, he disappeared. He was handy for getting rid of all of that ugly zombie flesh. So, we are going to have a bit of a think about what sort of layout we want for this room. And if we have a look inside here, you can see that the room is pretty much all dug out already. It's got some lighting. You can't spawn on the lighting because there are redstone on top of it. So, it's easy to turn on and off at the moment with the top and bottom level lighting. It should be perfectly spawnable and workable. We just need to work out a system for getting the spiders up to a place where you can kill them more readily and make it more safe to do so. So I'm going to have a bit of a think about that and come back to you soon. Step 1 is completed, and that is to make the spawning room look a little bit less janky. I mean, we're professionals here, right? We don't want the spawning room to look like it's just been thrown together by amateurs. Now, there are some things in here that were already here. For example, the signs on the walls. Need to figure out a good system for trying to stop the spiders from climbing to the ceiling, although I'm pretty sure it's almost impossible. Maybe trapdoors or something we could experiment with. This is also the central lighting arrangement that seems to be in place to give enough light to the spawner to block spawns, but we also have these in the floor, so I'm not sure if this needs to be as big as that because it does reduce spawning space, so I'm going to have a look into that and see if we can make it a little bit better. And then, yes, this room is looking good now. We're going to come back and put some finishing touches on it later. You may notice that the spawning space is actually pretty small. 1, 2, 3. This whole wall could actually probably come out and it would be a bit more efficient, but I'm not too bothered because at the moment it just needs to do its job, and that is to produce some string so that if you need to come down here you can just slaughter these little guys, and there you go. I've had a little bit of a play around this area to see if I can get the spiders to go through a one wide gap. That's ultimately what I want to do. I put this extra bit here to see if I could, I don't know, just encourage them a bit more, but it's a bit difficult. So either this will fill up like this and they'll just have to come through here and whoop, go this way, or I might be able to work out something better there. Oh, hi. I figure I'm going to get poisoned quite a lot. Now, why is this off-center? That is a problem. This room should be odd-numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah. Okay. This wall can't move. This wall... I think what needs to happen here is that this bucket... Wow, look at my health. As I said, that's going to happen a lot. I'm just going to have to remember to manage that. I do have the beacon, but you can't put regen on a mini beacon, so I might have to bring over the whole base. What am I looking for? Okay. very, very quickly, we're just going to go and get le bucket. And we're going to have to move this back by 1. We're going to have to prettify that up without destroying everything. Yes, all these blocks too. I'm sorry. It's just how it has to be, you know? If we put the water 1 further back, then that should even things out and make this flow. Yes. So if we are a spider, there we go. We come in this way and eventually come up here. So I'm thinking that right here, somehow, there's probably going to have to be 1 space gap because that's just how these things work. I'm thinking that right here, if we just imagine that this is all encased, is going to be a bubble column, and the bubble column is going to lift up the spiders so that we can then essentially bring them up to a killing chamber, because why would you want to come down these stairs when you can just walk over here and kill them right here on this level where everything else is. I keep having to kill these guys because there's no way to turn these other spawners off at the moment. Maybe that's an upgrade for another day. So that's my thoughts at the moment. I have an idea in mind about how to do this in a way that is relatively safe, but also gives you the best ability to kill the spiders in one go. Because one of the problems with these is if you have water coming through like this down the bottom and you swipe at them, as you push them back, they go backwards and it just takes ages to kill them. So I want to try and solve that. I am winging this, by the way. Yes, I have no plans. I have done no research, really. We're just going to have to see how well it works, eh? And maybe not die in the process. Oh, I should eat. Alright, well, we've enclosed this area a little bit more now, and we've got this bit here, which is going to be the bottom of a bubble column elevator thing. And what we have up the top is a little section which we're going to use to test and see how effectively this works. Because as I said, I'm just winging everything. So here I've got a block of sand. We're going to need that to be able to grow some kelp. I actually need to get some kelp. So let me just do that. And the other thing we're going to have to do is... encase this basically. So I think here this will have to be filled in so that they come down here and are coming down only a 1 high area. That way they'll pass through here, hit the bubble column and go straight up. So here I'm gonna have to encase myself for now, aren't I? Put in oh, well done. No water bucket. I swear I had a water bucket a few moments ago. Let's have a look. There's one. That is what we need. Okay, back to business. So professional. Right, here we go. So we need a water bucket. Right now the water will only be that high because we only want to test for now. And we need to plant some kelp. Okay, that's almost perfect. Because I've come up 1 too high. Whoops. There we go. So let's just go down and swap out. Oh, I haven't got my soul sand. I tell you what, you know, when you prepare for a scene like this, you really do honestly come prepared. You know, you don't want to waste time looking around in all your shulker boxes for the bits and pieces you need when you're trying to make something, when you're trying to pull something together. No, okay. So let's go back down as if nothing ever happened. And we'll change out this block. Come on. I broke you. There we go. Change you out to a bubble column and oh, up we go. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is put this here to make sure we don't let any of them escape and I don't die. And we need to very quickly come over here and turn off this and this. And oh, looks like the bottom one is broken. I'll be right back. Well, it was like nothing ever happened. Just a bit of a crossed wire down there. So, it looks like none of them are making their way up. Let's have a look why. So up here, they seem to be getting stuck down there as problem number 1. They can't get through the 1 wide gap, probably because they're pushing each other too much, so we might have to widen that up again. And second, these things are really annoying. Second, you can see that from here. So I assume if they all come down, then they'll reach this soul sand block and then go up. It's just a matter of actually getting them to this block to begin with. So I'm going to have to try and kill these without dying. Let's see if I can even do that. This will probably result in my death. Okay, first, smart thinking, Bugman, go up here, turn the machine off, stop the spawns. Stop the spawns. I actually need to get another soul sand block if I'm going to put a 3-wide thing, so I could technically just run away and then come back. Yeah, let's do that. Nothing like a hero's exit. And so we have made a few changes now. We've doubled the size of the entry space, so spiders should come down here and fit underneath here. And then, oops, as you can see, there's a double bubble column. Double bubble column. And that takes the spiders up through to this section. Or so I think. I have not yet tested it. So let's have a look through here. You can see everything going on. Let's go and turn it off, or the lights off, and see what happens. I am genuinely now curious. So if you can see that, we have spiders spawning. I mean, we had them before, so that's nothing new. But if we watch them... Oh, he's pushing back against the water, but I think that's because he can see me. So if we wait just a couple of minutes for some more of them to spawn, let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Alright, there goes some more. And they seem to be going down there no problem. Perhaps we need to reduce the width a little bit, because the hitbox should be perfect, really. I think it's maybe the floating. Maybe what I'll do is remove those 2 glass blocks and just let them maneuver themselves down the hole. We don't want to put any obstructions up. We just want to get them through that gap as quickly as possible, effectively. I noticed none of them are up here yet, so what exactly... There they go, there they go, up they go. That is exactly what we want. And yes, here they are. Now, they can't get me here, can they? Haha, they probably can if they're in this one. I can't get them either. But this isn't the final killing chamber. Oh no, there are going to be some changes yet. This was just a way for me to test if it's working. So I think we just need to make a few little tweaks. Actually, I need to turn this off before I end up in a situation again. That's never fun. Yeah! Get down there. Ow! Ow! No! Where are they? Oh, I think they're all climbing the walls still. Still got to sort that out. So, I'm going to kill off these guys and then make those adjustments to this bottom section, and then we'll see how we go. I might replace these 2 brick blocks here with ice at some point, just in case they have any extra forward momentum. That can just help push them along that little bit more, but I just don't have any on me at the moment, so we might come back and do that. Just behind here, there's a couple more glass blocks anyway, so my thinking is that they'll just come down here and gently fall down here and end up in this section, where once they go under the water, under this glass, they should go through. The other thing I could do is just get rid of this glass completely. I don't need really any of it. All I need is the sign blocks, right? Because what the spiders need to do is I need to stop them crawling up the walls, but they just need to come through here and go straight up here. Oh, hi. I have no way out. Okay. Right. You stay in there. Give me my fence back. No! Ow! Ow. Oh, I should have seen that coming. Health, health, health. Oh, let's run back and get that. Well, I got all my bits back. I just realized, though, I lost something like 70-something levels because I was AFK at the gold farm for a while, and then I went to the double blaze spawner and filled it up with blaze rods. So, you know, that comes with the territory of making a farm like this, really. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to fill this in like that so that it's just a 1 high. That's all the spiders need. I don't need to go through there and test it because I'm not a spider and I'm not going to die. Well, maybe I am, as you saw before. That's still quite possible. So what we need to do now that we have this 2 high section, is figure out a way to get the spiders from there to us in a way where we don't have to go too far from the killificator to over here where we can killificate the spiders. The problem with this room is there are only 2 spots where all of the spawners will be on at the same time, and that is right here at this block or right here against the cobblestone wall across these 2 blocks. So we have to take that into account. You can't really kill the spiders from this distance. Well, I could bring it across, but it's then too messy, isn't it? So I think I'm just going to make it so that if you're in this general area, you can walk back and forth from the spiders to these guys and just do what you need. I mean, most of the time when people are using this facility, they're walking around like this anyway, so the spawners are going on, off, on, off, on, off. It's just part of the layout. So I think that's okay. All right, let me work on this a little bit and get things happening. As I said, in my mind, I've got a picture of how I want this to work, so I'm going to work on that and come back to you. Well, here we are experimenting again. What I've done is I've put a little downward passageway here because what I want to happen to these spiders, as I said, I'm just experimenting, so I'm learning as I go. I want the spiders to come down here and then just sort of get whisked forward so they can't really stop easily. Then they should come down here and land in this waterlogged half slab. And my hope is that inside the waterlogged half slab, actually they may be able to drown here. That could be a problem. I didn't really think of that. It looks like it's actually this high that they need to be, even this high. And that they should then come down this way, fall off the edge, and then hit this and go up. Yeah, that's better. That works better. Okay, so I can get out, but they can't. I'm going to do a live experiment, live on air. Here we go. Lights off. Spiders spawn. They're spawning on this thing, even though it's got redstone on top, so I'm not really sure why that is, but you get out. There's a bit of lag again at the moment. It's almost like we need to call someone, but let me just wait for some spawns and then we'll check it out. It's working, mostly. I mean, that guy crawled back out, but you can see that for the most part, they are making their way down the water stream and then going into the water. There he goes. Okay, so let's go and have a look at what's happening from the back. I think the issue is when I'm standing right there, they have line of sight with me, so it's... There goes one. Here you can see them all coming through. I don't know if you can see that easily, so I'll turn on the hitboxes. But you can see them going into the water, and they are getting caught there. This guy is struggling a bit. There he goes, but eventually he goes. So that little fall that they take seems to be just enough to give them either the momentum or the carry forward momentum that they have to go right up the bubble column. There goes. Oh, okay. So there's a few spots where they can stop, but I think, again, this is just part of having a cave spider farm. It's bound to happen. Unless you guys have any suggestions about how to stop them sticking to the blocks, as it were. You can see their eyesight lines right there, the 2 blue lines. I don't know where they went. Here they come. Let's have a look. And, haha, up they go. Okay, beautiful. And look at this. Right now, they're hitting that bubble column and they're all pushing across to the right-hand side, which is pretty much perfect because it means that all the spiders are being confined into one little spot. Whoa, how did you get out? You shouldn't have been able to get out. Okay, looks like we better do some culling. And so what we need to do now, there, that was easy, is work out a nice little killing chamber for these guys. I'm going to bring them forward about this far, I think, and then figure out a nice way to kill them. All right, check it out. We got spiders flowing up, and then as they do, they just gracefully glide over that little lip and then fall into the water below. And then when they fall into the water down here, whoop, ow, they collect either down here or up there. They tend to climb because they love to climb, and they will come towards the player, so you can just whack them. The only problem is I don't seem to be getting any sweeping edge effect, and I am knocking them back a bit, and they can still get me. But, you know, these things are risky as it is. So maybe there's something we can do about that, but that's probably a story. Whoa, oh, he got out. Okay. I think an iron bar or something might be a little bit better here. I'll have to have a play with that and make sure that they definitely can't escape. Just to be on the safe side, right? Perhaps there were just too many built up. We want this thing to be super, super safe. and I'm gonna sit here and play with it for a while. But it looks like we're pretty much done. So thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe, leave a comment and a like if you wish. I have had a great time today. Died only once, so that is amazing. And these guys, pesky little beggars. Alright, so in any case, I will see you next time here on the ZEDCRAFT server. Bye bye.